So Bethesda just put out a trailer for the new vehicle that is coming in Starfield, as well as revealed another teaser for Shattered Space. So we're going to get into that really quickly and just want to give my thoughts on all this, so stick around and let me know what you guys think. The Rev 8 drives, jumps, shoots, and can even mine for resources, and it's Vasco approved. Get yours from your favorite city's ship services technician. Available as part of tonight's free update. Man, they made it look like an actual car commercial. And, you know, I love to show this game as much love as I can. It's not because these guys pay me. I'm not paid. I've never been paid by Bethesda, but I've always loved to support them when they're winning. You know a lot, and I have had my complaints about a lot of things when it comes to their games, but this is something that I give them credit with this game. I give them credit with Fallout 76. They're trying. They're not giving up on hope. And it's something where we look at Hello Games, for example. No Man's Sky is the perfect example of a company that never gives up, even when they made a huge mistake in the past, right? And they completely turned their game around 360 and it is better than ever, right? So that's No Man's Sky. Starfield, you could tell that Bethesda does not want to give up on this game, especially that they have Shattered Space, their first expansion for the game. I don't know if there's going to be more, but their first major expansion for Starfield on the horizon. Now, at the end of this trailer, it was revealed. I don't remember if we had a release date for this yet, so I'm just going to say it was revealed. I'm sure we probably already knew, but just again, once again, if we already knew, September 30th is the date for Shattered Space, and it is going to be a journey. I could already tell that DLC is going to be really awesome. Just from my own thoughts, this is just how I feel. I personally really enjoyed Starfield. I know it had its issues. I managed to, upon release, I had my own issues as well with the game. I have a video on how to fix a lot of the issues on PC. So I understand that this game was a mess, but I also worked on it on my own time to fix the issues that my computer was having with the game. And I ended up in return having a stable experience. And from then on, I had a great time playing the game. Now, from the story perspective and everything like that, of course, everyone will have their own issues and what they feel when it comes to certain things. Of course, yes, I think it would have been near impossible for Bethesda to fully populate every single planet in the game and whatever. I think it was a cool idea personally that you were able to go from planet to planet and there was everything. I don't know. Obviously, I feel like games like No Man's Sky, for example, do it a little better, of course, but it is what it is. In my own eyes, I think for what we got, I really enjoyed Starfield. Now, I've seen this a lot when they announced the vehicle was going to be coming. I've seen it a lot on Twitter, you know, people saying that thanks for giving us a vehicle so we can drive around on a completely empty planet and do nothing with it. I completely see where people are coming from with that. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to see how the gameplay experience really is when we try it out, which, as of recording this tonight, we will be getting our hands on that vehicle. Now, it does say that the vehicle can mine resources for us. First off, I feel like this vehicle definitely is good for doing questing on planets. This is my own personal opinion. There have been plenty of times where I am sitting on a planet running to a destination for a very long time, and I know that this would have helped me out a lot. Yes, there are the planets in this game are barren. If you compare them to other, it's not like Skyrim, where every second you turn your head, there's going to be a destination filled with a really deep and enriching side quest or something. Of course, yeah. There's thousands of planets, right? Or 1,000 planets, however many, whatever, right? But this is definitely something that could help us out in the sense of getting from, you know, our ship to a far off destination that you really don't want to sit there and run all that time for. Of course, we have our abilities where you could, you know, dash forward and whatnot, but even still, I'm sure that the vehicle would be way faster than that, right? I feel like it could get you to the temples much quicker when you are trying to power farm, because there are still like 2 powers that I still haven't been able to get, and I've went into New Game Plus like 3 or 4 now, and I still haven't. That's a whole. That's an issue on my. That's an issue I still have. I feel like we shouldn't be taking forever to get every single power in the game, have to go through New Game Plus a million times, but it is what it is. I think that the story in my eyes was very perfect. Like for me, I love Starfield's story. I've heard a lot of people say that they hate it. I think that that is just a perfect way to introduce a New Game Plus system. The way that the story ends and everything. I'm not going to get into spoilers if you haven't played the game yet, but the way that the game is able to end, I think it sets up New Game Plus perfectly. That's just so amazing, and I don't think I've really seen anyone talk about how good of an idea that was for a New Game Plus system. So I don't know. But since this vehicle is able to mine resources for us, I think it is very good to get players into base building, because I haven't really dove into the whole outpost system yet, and I really like it. Like, I've tried it out a little bit. I've made like a room and put a couple chairs and stuff in, you know what I mean? But I haven't really dove into it, and I've always wanted to, and I've, you know, definitely put Starfield on the side as of recently for the last however many months, right? But I've always wanted to, because I knew that they were, I've seen it over the however many months that they've been working on so many quality of life improvements and just setting the game up for success for when Shattered Space comes out, that hopefully when people come back to the game, it's in a really good state that players will be like, wow, they've changed and improved on so many different things that I kind of want to stick around and keep playing. But of course, we're going to have to see all of that unfold when it actually releases and see if that actually sticks true. But once again, the fact that we have this vehicle, I know it's going to get memed on, you know, hey, got this vehicle to just drive around on this barren planet with nothing to do. Thank you, Bethesda. Of course it's going to get memed on. That's going to happen, of course. And, you know, obviously people have a point with that, and I understand, and whatever. I'm not one of those people that sits here and defends everything that Bethesda does, but I'm definitely giving them credit where they deserve it right now, because they are giving us stuff that, yeah, should have been in the game from the start. But hey, at the end of the day, once again, No Man's Sky is a perfect example of that. And it has improved so much over the years, and it is such a better, you know, they didn't give up. And the same thing with Fallout 76. It's come such a long way since release, and I know people don't really want to come back to it and give it the credit it deserves, but I really do respect the team for actually still giving the community that plays that game still the updates that they deserve, because, you know, there is still a dedicated fan base to Fallout 76. So anyway, this is just a discussion about the vehicle, and I really think that jump into the game tonight if you still have it downloaded. I know it's a big file size, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, download this 100+ gigabyte game and whatever. You know, if you have the game installed and the update, you know, comes out and you want to check it out, definitely see if it gives you a little bit of motivation to want to get back into base building and, you know, outposts, you know, building, I guess, and whatnot. I feel like it definitely can. And also, I feel like this is just a game theory right here, folks, but this is, once again, I've said that they've been giving us a whole lot of quality of life improvements to set us up for Shattered Space player. You know, when everyone comes back, and if people have been waiting, you know, they played at launch, they're like, I'm not going to play until the next, you know, Shattered Space comes out. Hopefully the game gets better by then. Same thing with like what people did with Cyberpunk. It came out, it was a mess. They did a huge, massive update, then dropped the Phantom Liberty DLC. They came back to it. Oh, the game is amazing now. So hopefully, if and when players come back next month when Shattered Space drops, they'll see all these improvements, and I believe that one of these additions to the game, this Land Rover vehicle, this REV8, it has been said that a majority of the Shattered Space DLC will be taking place solely on one planet. So that means, of course, folks, that the planet is going to be way more detailed, hopefully, than all these other planets that we've seen, right? If the entirety of the DLC, for the most part, is going to be taking place on one planet, I would imagine that a lot of detail would go into this location. So also, since the DLC is going to be on a planet, we're going to need to traverse it in certain locations, right? I don't think it's going to be one gigantic city covering the entire planet. I'm sure there's going to be areas to traverse. And so we now have a vehicle that we can mess around with, a Land Rover, to go around on this planet. And I think that that is pretty good. So once again, I think that Bethesda's doing a good job, and I'm going to give them some credit here. But what do you guys think about this? Honest thoughts in the comments. Let me know. Check out my other videos. If you like Fallout, I got a lore video on the way for something. Stay tuned. And thank you all so much for interacting with my daily community polls every single day on my YouTube channel. Check it out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.